Started out so small, we drank and then we talked. She got to know me, I got to know her, and suddenly it's war, then peace, so on and off. She's getting to me, I'm getting to her. Here's what I've been thinking, here's what I would do. When two people are sinking, you should get them out the pool. Here's what I've been thinking, I don't know what else to do, so I'm forever calling her truth. She's a roller coaster ride going up, down. I'm forced to feel feelings that I can't fight. Not 20 anymore, gotta realize that I'm too old for puppy love. Party's getting weaker by the years now. Can't take it anymore, need a time out. Not 20 anymore, gotta realize that I'm too old for puppy love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. We met in July, a summer ride or die. But summer don't last, and neither should we. I won't break down and cry. This happens all the time. Yeah, we happen too fast, way too high speed.
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm TarotOracle and I do the reading.
Time for the TarotOracle show.
What is going on, High Priestess? We got MB. Thank you for your donations over PayPal. By the way, I have the queue. The queue is always with you now. Every time you donate something, you'll be in the queue. And when I read your message, you'll disappear from the queue. Now, I am going to dress this up. I'm going to put HTML, some CSS around this and make it really fancy and nice. But for today, you still have the queue. So you can see where you're at in the queue. You can see exactly, where you're at. So without having me constantly refresh it and stuff like that. Anyway, I went ahead and programmed that today. So pretty fancy stuff going on there. I like it. Anyway, thank you for your donations. I really appreciate that. We got SP, MR, Karima, Cassandra, MR, Rose, Jazmine, Karima again. We got Hershey, Reiki, SP, Tarot Magician. I'm feeling fantastic. Maruta, MR, Lani, Effie, High Priestess donated a couple times on the PayPal side. Crystal's waiting for their reading that I forgot, and Bardman's and Reiki. All right, so let's go ahead and get the donations that we are missing from yesterday. Which the first one is Crystal. Sorry about that, Crystal. Your email ended up in my spam box. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, I also have this sort of scrolling around a little bit. All right. So Crystal wants to know over here, how does AV feel about me right now? Let's see what's going on with that. Let's go over here and use the Dark Mansion. We'll see if that's going to be acceptable and cool and look pretty good and all that other stuff. We'll see about all of that. Anyway, Nakona, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. We got Jazmine, Nakona, and Luna. So you can see your place in the queue. And then as I read you, you will vanish from this list, so you don't have to be like, wait a minute, did he already read that one? Yes, he did read that one. So there we go. All right. Anyway, StoryBored. I got your MB donation through the PayPal. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. We got Luna with another one. Thank you very much. All right. Let's look at this, how this goes with that. How does AV feel about me right now? You have the Two of Cups. You have a lot of very encouraging things here with AV. You have a lot of good connection. The Two of Cups is always sort of that good connection, a lot of good feels, a lot of great things sort of going down, going through and whatnot. And the Two of Cups is a very powerful card, especially when you get it with the King of Pentacles. It's like that they have this level of comfort. They have this level of good things going on in there, and they really kind of appreciate you being around. They kind of appreciate that you are there for them. Five of Wands says that there is some conflict coming up, like we have to go back and forth. We have to get something done. It's almost like there's some pending anxiousness or some pending things going on there that you are going to have to address a little later on. But right now, it feels like it, just seems to be okay. It just seems to be good. Two of Cups is always going to be an encouraging card and a great card to have in that mix as we go. Thank you very much. We got Luna, Lani, thank you very much for your donation. We got Alisha, Karima, Luna again. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. All right, April, what is going on? Donation this week. Am I still allowed to ask a question if I don't have a donation this week? I have no idea. April, you can see we got a couple of donations to go through. We got a couple of donations to go through. So yeah, it just feels like that. Feels a little bit like that. All right, we got a couple of donations from yesterday that we did not do. We got the Karima going on here, but right before that, we got Keely that had a donation yesterday as well that we need to get. Let's go ahead and knock that out of the park. Keely wants to know over here, why does the neighbor lie about me? If you have somebody lying about you, nothing says anything better than that. Like the Edgar Allan Poe as it goes, because the Poe knows. The Poe always knows. The Poe has that omnipresence, right? That has that omnipresence, and be interesting to see where that goes. So why does the neighbor lie about me? Why do they do these things? Why do they even bother sometimes? A lot of times people just like to lie with that. Knight of Cups, you got the Sun. It feels like that they feel like there's some hidden things that have not been addressed or have not been surfaced right now. And they feel like those things need to be surfaced. Those things need to be brought up. Those things need to be, going forward here. You got that Knight of Swords. I need to elicit a communication. I need to broadcast something. I need to push something forward and make sure that everybody kind of knows it, or everybody's at least aware of what's going on with that. The Sun is all about revelations, and so revelations is indeed going to be a big thing to this person. They really feel like that there needs to be some revelations going on about this thing or about this information needs to sort of come to light with that. Knight of Cups feels like there's somebody else too that's kind of whispering in their ear about this, like maybe one or two neighbors that are, sort of in cahoots, or not necessarily in cahoots, but on the same page, sort of kind of thing with that. Anyway, we also got yesterday, let's see, we got Karima, let's see, changes that S wants. Okay, changes is S wanting with this connection. So what kind of changes do we have with S and with this connection that could be possible with that? Karima and a solid as a rock. Thank you very much for your donations. I greatly appreciate you. We got a couple of people in the queue. As you can see, the queue is constantly running over here. I do need to move this up a little bit and I need to move. Oh man, hang on. I'm gonna have to move things around. So I think I need to move this over here. I think I need to move that over there. Okay, so move this over here, move this over here a little bit. Maybe move this down. I don't know. I got to reorganize everything apparently. So yeah, I'm gonna move this down a little bit. Move this over where it's like that, and then get the donations and move that up. Okay, there we go. So now we can see all of the donations. We can see all of the donations. A couple of donations tonight, that's the way it goes. All right, it's getting kind of crowded on the screen with that. Anyway, all right, and I thank you for your donation as well. Greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see what's going on. Get a little bit of the Karima phase 1, I guess, going on over here. We got Ann with a double shot. Karima, solid as rock. Karima and Karima again. Appreciate that. April Bishop, what is going on? I love that you love being here because we all love you. All right, let's see. Changes S wants in this particular connection right now, right? What kind of things do we got going on? What kind of changes are sort of pending with this? The changes that they want, the Seven of Swords. You continually see this theme with the Seven of Swords of like, this is something that I need. This is something that's pending. This is something that I want to happen, right? And so I think that's sort of that's a pretty decent thing going on with that. A Seven of Swords talks about escape escaping, getting away from our current situation, getting into a better one, and getting into something that's going to sort of benefit us both, or at least be, constructive as far as sort of where we're going to go or how we want to end up at the end of the day. That Nine of Wands as well just talks about the level of sort of recovery, sort of bringing in the new, having something exciting, sort of pushing through, because there are things we need to push through here. There are things we need to get to the other side with. High Priestess talks about just letting the knowledge go, letting the connection be, and I think the connection is going to be what sort of gets us going, gets us moving, and has a lot of potential as far as where we're happening with this. All right. So that is the beginning of Karima phase 1. Let's see. Can I hide this thing? The donation bar. I think the donation bar is kind of redundant. I think the donations bar is kind of redundant at this point. Like, I don't really see any benefit from it. So I'm going to move it. All right. So I'm going to remove it. All right. So I think we're caught up with everything. I think we're going to go good. All right. The first one in the queue up here is going to be SP. So SP, you are first. Let me go to the list and see what SP's question is. Let's go to the chat. We got SP wants to know. SP want to know. Hi. How are something? All right. SP wants to know. Oh, man, I clicked it and then it went away. I clicked it and then it went away. All right. SP says, there we go. All right. SP wants to know how will my career situation, how will that play out? Now, you'll notice when I'm reading SP's name vanishes. So you don't got to guess if SP's been done or SP's not been done. If you're MR, you know that you're next. You know that you're next because the queue's always up here. The queue's always available. If you're Cassandra, you know that you're 2 away. If you're MR, again, you know your second reading is right there. So there we go. So as you're being read, your name will vanish off the list. So there you go. So that, I think I wrote that today. That's my code. I coded that. That is completely original to me. I coded that. So I will make that available to anybody else that has 10,000 donations. If you have 10,000 donations, well then, hey, you may want to use that. Anyway, all right, SP wants to know how my career situation play out. It's going to be a little bit rough until you leave, basically. As far as the career goes, it feels like you do need a fresh environment, a fresh place to go, a fresh sort of, something that's going to be a little bit different, something that's going to have more opportunities, at least coming through with that. Chariot just says you need to move. You need to keep moving. There's going to be a situation where you want to escape what you currently have. You want to get away. You want to, stay a little bit, but that is not really going to get the opportunities you would like. Ultimately, you need a better situation with this, and the better situation is going to kind of come around to, it's going to come around to just an opportunity that's maybe outside of where you're at, or at least in something new or something that's going to be a little more innovative as you go through. Now, the Pentacles talks about just the the level of making it happen, but you just have a little bit of leaving, a little bit of motion kind of happening as that goes. Anyway, PayPal. Now, PayPal I don't integrate in here, so sorry. Anyway, PayPal, I will integrate it in here, but not right now. Anyway, we got MR. I think I'm going to do both MRs at the same time so you can see if you're Cassandra, you know that you're 2 away. But I'm going to do the other MR, and then I'm going to do, the Karima phase 1. All right, there we go. Anyway, the first MR over here, D's feelings for me. Do they have any feelings? How are things going out? Samantha, thank you very much for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, these current feelings for me. The Chariot seems to be in everything. D has that level of motion, has that level of activity that they need here. It's almost like they're bored of a lot of different things and they need some excitement. They need a little bit of an adventure. They need a little bit of a push forward into something that's going to be new. Right now, they feel like there's too much distance, maybe too much emotional distance between you two. Maybe physical distance, maybe emotional distance, even though it's only 20 minutes. It seems like that seems to be a big 20 minutes sometimes as far as it goes. But they do feel like that there's just too much distance for this to be, you know, something constructive or something that they really want to hang on to. Ultimately, I think that they do want the best for this connection, and I think they will soon be working a lot harder to make this connection happen and to make this connection be a little more solid as it goes. So there we go. A little bit of an action there. All right, let me go ahead and do the other MR reading right now and find out, since we got this out, what are D's next actions towards me? What kind of things are going to come around? What kind of opportunities are going to be here for that? That'd be kind of interesting just to see here, sort of a follow-up, right? AFG, thank you for your donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see where this is going to go. You do have this level of, you know, justice card. They want that balance. And I think that they've had difficulty finding that balance in the long run. I think this is something they would like to strive for. They'd like to make it happen. They'd like to push forward and see where this can be going to. Ace of Cups says that, you know, sort of the next action is going to be to try to reboot some areas of the relationship. What can we do differently than we've done before? What can we innovate as far as the relationship and make it a little more interesting? It's almost like they're just bored of the whole thing, or they're in that level to where they're not getting enough satisfaction. They're not getting enough they're not getting enough sort of reward from being in the relationship. So I think they're going to sort of reach out. They're going to try to bridge that gap soon with that. Page of Pentacles. I do want to build something substantive. I do want to build something, you know, that we can both enjoy, we can both sort of focus on, and I think that's going to be kind of where this is going. Anyway, there we go. These next actions towards me. Tarot Reader, thank you for your donation. We got AFG and Samantha in the mix as well. All right, so we got Karima, phase 1 over here. We're going to skip around and get some of the Karima, Karima things happening over here. Let's lose my deck and do, for phase 1, I'm kind of looking at the rainbow, right? Tarot over the rainbow, or over the rainbow tarot, what have you. Gita, welcome back. What's going on? Been a minute. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being a part of the stream. We got HP. You're going to be next after Karima phase 1, HP. Stay bored. You're going to be after HP. So anyway, so we got Karima phase 1, and then we'll do a couple of the mixture in the PayPal side. Make it happen. There we go. All right. We're going to see where this is going to take us, right? S's current thoughts and feelings for me today. You do have this 5 of Pentacles. They're not feeling as stable today as they usually have. I think that they could have some difficulties today, some things happening that have been made them, you know, they have made them a little bit on edge or a little bit too much. It feels like there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things happening on their side. They're just not feeling as content. They're not feeling as secure as they would ultimately like to be. But that's just something, sort of an insecurity that they have going on here, you know, sort of moving through. It feels like that a lot of people don't really understand them, and that's kind of one of the feelings that they have for you as well. They want to have that understanding. They want to have this connection. They want to have a lot of the, a lot of the excitement that they would ultimately like to see here, and they're just sort of waiting for that to happen, and it just hasn't happened. You continue to see the 10 of Cups as well. They still feel like you are that stable piece in the mix, and they're sort of excited to embrace that. They're excited to have that in their life, and they sort of really appreciate that, because, you know, you sort of have that mixture, you have that balancing of the Temperance, and that's going to be one of the more important cards here, is going to be that Temperance card, sort of mixed in with the flow of the 10 of Cups, the flow and the stability that they kind of need, and a lot of times that they want within that mix as well. All right, we're going with Karima phase 1 over here, and the next one is going to be this one. Has he been thinking about me a lot of this weekend? Because we can't communicate on the weekend. If so, what's going through his mind? Let's see if they if they have been thinking about you and what is on their mind. You do have a little bit of that sunlight. This is a weekend where they are heavily distracted. We kind of see that a little bit in the previous mix. This is a weekend where they have some things, they have some movement, they have some things that need to happen, some things that need to go on, some things that need to sort of peruse through. The sun just says there's a lot of activities or a lot of forward momentum that I'd like to have right now that's going to sort of carry me through in this mix. You do have a level of sort of the defensiveness sort of here as well, sort of the wounded warrior. Again, they're emotionally insecure this weekend. I think it's continually what you have. You continually sort of what you have here. This is something where they just don't feel right. This weekend, they feel a little bit out of sync with society, out of sync with sometimes their own emotions. As far as the thinking about you, they do. That's 7. They've planted the seeds, no pun intended, and they have as well gotten a lot of the good things happening here. They just want to make sure this is going to work out for the best. That 9 and the 7 combo is the ultimate combo. It just talks about that level of continuality, that level of excitement that is built into there. And, there you go. There you go, indeed. Sort of built in there. All right, the other thing is can communicate what's going through his mind, kind of address that a little bit, I guess. All right, anyway, let's go to the next Karima Reed. How does S feel about the fact that I'm going away? Is he scared? Is he unhappy about that? We'll see if they are fearful, if they are a bit concerned. They're a bit concerned with all of that happening. AFG, thank you for your other donation. I greatly appreciate you. All right, let's see kind of where we're at here. You do have sort of this chariot feel in that, going away. He sort of sees that as not a good thing. The chariot. And as the chariot moves away, I have to sort of herd the sheep, or I have to pick things up, or I have to do things alone. I think a lot of times they're very excited about sort of being with you, having the opportunity, having you there with them, and the fact that you're away is sort of disconcerting there. It feels like they're going to have to sort of carry the weight on their own. They're going to have to do a lot of stuff independently, and it just feels like that sort of happens sometimes, right? Sort of happen. Ultimately, they're sort of holding out hope. They're sort of holding out hope with that. And I do think that they're sort of unhappy about that indeed. Not necessarily jealous, but they are unhappy about it. You do see that connection here with just this unhappiness. I have to carry the load by myself. And that's not something that they're sort of happy about. So there we go. All right, are they currently missing me? Let's do that one. And that'll be the end of Karima phase 1. Now we have HP. We have Stay Bored. You're next. Oh, I'm sorry. You're after. We got Cassandra, Rose, a couple of Jazmine, and then we're going to hop over to the PayPal side. That's kind of the order that we did get in that mix. All right. Are they currently missing me? You do see that in the previous reads as well. I mean, just somewhat. I mean, they do have somewhat. Again, this is an emotionally unstable time for them. They're reaching for something that doesn't exist. I think that they're trying to find something that doesn't exist. They're trying to pick up and run with something that just isn't there. And I think that's part of what is happening with this. So they do indeed miss you as far as it goes, right? We sort of want to get the stability and get things rooted. Get the tree growing in the tree of life, get the expansion, get a lot of things moving forward. And, without you there, it feels kind of empty with that. And sort of riding the boat alone also sort of indicates a yes as well. Riding the boat in the 6 normally has 3 people in it. In this particular instance, it only has 1. So it's like they're riding this long boat. They're riding into this big adventure, and they're not really doing it with anybody. So they miss you. So we'll go with a little bit of a thumbs up happening over there. All right, that is tarot at the end of the rainbow, if you did not know, by the way. All right, Cassandra, you are next. We want some financial stability. Don't we all? Don't we all? By the way, this is the new list that I coded up today, so you can see exactly where you're at. And when I read you, your name goes away. So it's not like you have to figure out, okay, I'm right here. I don't got to do that. Your name vanishes as I'm reading you. So this is a very cool thing that I coded today. I will make it available tomorrow and I'll give you a link on there. So keep an eye out for my usual place on GitHub. I'll make the code available. So if you have a stream as well with a gazillion donations, then you can as well have your own organized list and make all that happen. Anyway, all right, we're going to see financial stability. I think it's within your reach. I do. Oh, wow, that definitely says yes. Man, that Knight of Cups in that Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a good financially stable card, right? The Knight of Pentacles is sort of riding through, having the necessary things that we need. With the coffee mug that Tarot Magician is making me. See, I think we should color that coffee mug in the Tarot Magician style. In the Lego coffee mug. See, Tarot Magician, I might edit this card and color that in the style of the coffee mug I bought from you. Anyway, all right, but the Knight of Pentacles riding along, doing what is necessary. And you do have that message too, right? I need to do what's necessary to build the financial stability, to build something that is going to make a better tomorrow, especially with that 5 over here. It feels like I'm sort of trying to catch all of the butterflies. And you don't really want to do that. You don't want to spread yourself out too thin. You don't want to sort of be trying too hard. You want to have some stable income. You want to have multiple sources of income as well, and just have the emotional security in order to make that happen. So I think ultimately it's yes, but we need to work less and have more stability, right? Sort of have a built-in stability there, and that could be having some passive income, some extra income, and some other things that are going to bring us, but there's definitely some writing, some work, some involvement that needs to be done with that. All right, speaking of finances, Rose wants to know what is going on with the fat cash. Is the fat cash going to be available to me? Is that going to be something that I can have? Is that going to be something at least there's going to be a carrot on a stick? Maybe with all of that. All right. After the two Jazmines, we're going to hop over to PayPal. All right, let's see. Geez, Knight of Pentacles seems to be everywhere. Okay, coming up in finances. Here's what I think is coming up in finances. Number one, you have basically an extra bill that is going to hit you at the end of July. I think that's one thing that is coming up. I do think that you have some opportunities either to consolidate things, to group things, to make things a little bit inherently better than they normally are. I think that is coming up as well. That is going to be more of a September item as far as that goes. Now in June, about mid-June, maybe a third of the way into June, you want to kind of watch out. There's a little bit of a trick coming in, and you don't want to get caught up in that. It's not really going to do you any good. Queen of Wands, stay stable, stay good in the first third of June. And when that arrives, that's not going to be something that you get roped into as far as this goes. The 2 does say sort of expand your horizons. What else financially can we make happen here that's going to sort of benefit us all? It does seem that we're doing a lot of work and not getting a lot of results, and we need to sort of stop that motion as far as that goes. All right, there we go. All right, we got the double Jazmine, and then we're going over to PayPal. So let's move over here with the Jazmine. We did this. I wouldn't mind a little Wonder. Oh, no, I don't want to do Wonder World Tarot. It's too early for Wonder World Tarot. It's too early for Wonder World Tarot over there. Instead, we're going to get this deck over here that everybody absolutely loves. Which, do I have a pit? Oh, yeah, there we go. Forest Creatures version 2. Forest Creatures version 2. Well, there we go. All right, global music. What is going on? Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you very much for the setup. Yeah, got a little setup going on. Everything is rocking and rolling over here. All right, the first Jazmine is just like, how does the ex-tarot feel about me? Do they like me? Do they not like me? You know, what's kind of going on with all of that? Oh, we'll see here. Oh, Jesus, that Page of Coins, that 9 of Coins. You know, they've given up some of this aspect here. They've given up some. I think they had a lot of hope. They had a lot of dreams. They had a lot of excitement back in the day, right? The 7 of Cups, I'm building the excitement. I'm building things, you know, to make it better. I'm building things in the long run. It just feels like a lot of times this is not really working out for anybody at this point. 7 of Cups just kind of says, There's too many things over there, a lot of memories, a lot of things that I would like to do, I would like to see, and those memories are gone. Those memories are sort of a long distance kind of thing that's just not around anymore. 9 of coins just says we did a lot of work in the past. It feels like that a lot of work needs to be done. It just feels like that they're not really into it as much as you would think that they would be. Page of Coins just says my level of interest has dissuaded a little bit. And they're just not sort of in it to win it at this point. So it feels like a lot of things have been pulled back. A lot of things aren't the way that they would like it to be at the moment. So, you know, there you go. There you go. A lot of work that was done, just wasn't done successfully. Big Cleo did it successfully. Thank you, Big Cleo. Big Cleo, you're down here somewhere. Big Cleo, you're way down here somewhere. I want to make this smaller, but I don't think anybody... Can y'all read this if I make it smaller? Like if I make it like that small? Is that too small? I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of people. If you're on a phone, there's like no way. There's no way you're going to read that. But, that's the way it goes. Big Cleo and Kristen, I thank you for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. I will be making this prettier. Basically, I'm hiring a dude to redo this thing down here. I'm hiring a dude to redo that. And I want somebody to make me some HTML code to make this look cool. And then I'm going to randomly color everybody's name a different color. Okay, here's my idea. I'm gonna have it so Karima is gonna be the same color every single time. So Karima would be blue every single time. So if you're Karima, you could easily spot your readings because they're all blue. Like Anne would be red or yellow, whatever, right? So you're gonna have the same color consistently down through here. Anyway, that's my idea. That's a lot of coding, and I haven't started that. So, But for now, this is going to be sufficient with all of that. We got Anna. Thank you very much for your donation. I really appreciate that. Oh, we got HP coming in here. Let's get HP's double donation. We got StoryBored, the otherwise known as the artist formerly known as Skag 73. Oh, HP. See, feel, when new teeth. All right, so let's see. How did he feel when he saw my new teeth? There we go. That sounds pretty exciting, right? So you're just rolling with the new teeth. How did they feel? Are they pretty excited about that? How is it going to happen with that? All right, let's see what's going on with it. Whoa, that's a lot of work. I don't know, Lani, I've been coding for 30 years, so it's not too bad. I've made this in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe. Anyway, all right, let's see with that, right? How does he feel when he saw my new teeth? Let's see. And if they were pretty excited about that, hopefully they were. Let's see where it's going with that. Ooh, Queen of Wands in here, Knight of Wands, and the Judgment card. They think it's a nice addition. And that's what you have with a judgment card. You have an addition. You have something that's there, something that's substantive, something that sort of makes people happy, that sort of is noticeable, and that sort of decorates well and merges well with sort of what was already there. So pretty exciting. I think they liked it. The judgment card, basically, it's a good new addition to yourself with that. Knight of Wands. It feels like that they think that you did a good job here. You went, you're looking to improve yourself. You're looking to get things done. You're looking to sort of make that extra effort. You make that extra thing going. And the Queen of Wands says, ultimately they liked you before, and they're still going to like you with that. So, I just think that they sort of enjoyed it with that. All right, a pre-trial. We got a trial coming up. All right, let's see. We got pre-trial going on. Will my pre-trial memorandum get done correctly to the judge's standards? Well, I hope so. Otherwise, the judge is going to be pretty upset about how things go with that. By the way, we do have to cut off donations. We are at 50. We are at 50 donations. Oh, shit. The donation thing is way over there. We're going to have to move the donation thing there. There we go. So it looks like that Big Cleo's third donation is going to be the last one for tonight. All right. So no more donations for tonight. We do have 50 that I need to do. And yeah. All right. Let me move that over a little bit. All right. Yeah, that'll be all right. That'll be good. Okay, anyway, the next one, we have a pre-trial memorandum. Is it going to be done to the judge's standard? Is the judge going to be happy about that? Is it going to be good? Or what's going to happen with that? Nine of Cups and the Hierophant. Hierophant is so good. The Hierophant is so nice when you have a trial, when you have a judge, when you have somebody that is going to be there as a source of power. And the Hierophant is a very powerful indeed card too, because it just kind of says that the judge is happy. The judge has what they need and all of that. And you have this happiness card next to the judge. In other words, I like it. I appreciate this is something that I like. It is something that, you know, that I enjoy with that. And the King of Pentacles, you're coming in with everything that you need. The King of Pentacles has everything that you need. They're loaded up. They're good to go. And, you know, that's going to be something exciting and something very poignant there. So absolutely, this is a beautiful read right here. This is one of the reads for the epics. This is one of the reads for the epics. All right, let's do the artist formerly known as Skag73. Let's see, StoryBored has over here MB with a PayPal, overall connections and career. All right, let's see, overall for connections and career. You talk about connections like professional connections, getting the connections out there, making the new connections, making the powerful connections that you need for the jobs and whatnot. Oh, the sun is nice. The sun is nice. I mean, you do have that. I think make it the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles are the ultimate connecting to coworkers, getting, you know, sort of people on your side, getting that professional connection network going with that. The Nine of Wands is be careful who you do it with. I think a lot of people, you know, could look like a good connection, but really don't work out as much as you would like them to. This is something where it's going to be a little bit difficult to make. So if you do connect with some people, if you do get that networking thing happening and people aren't into it, don't force it and move on. That's basically what it's saying. Don't force it. Move on instead. The sun said you have a lot of beautiful opportunities out there, but if you waste time with people that aren't going to be serious with you, that aren't really connected to you, and you kind of got that intuitive thing going with that. The Empress says, I think you're going to make some very powerful connections through here. You just have to sort of organize it the way that it needs to be done. Don't waste time on the people that aren't serious, and be very focused on the people that are serious about helping them succeed. And let people know you want to help them succeed. Work out a plan of how you can help them succeed. I think that's going to be the big opportunity and the good thing happening here for you in the long run. All right, and so that is the Little Buddha Tarot. Karima, have you done Karima phase 2? No, we got Jazmine, we got Nakona, we got some Luna, we got Alisha, Lani. So Karima, your phase 2 is right here. So your phase 2 is here. So we start your phase 2 here until we get there. We have to all of these before you. So yeah, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we got 9. So we got 9 until we get into your phase 2. And we'll probably just do all of your phase 2 at once and get all 5 of those with that. Anyway, all right, Anna James, you will be down here after Solid as a Rock. All right. Anna James, you will be down there after Solid as a Rock. All right, can I move this over to have a little bit more of the tree? Hang on. I want a little bit more of that tree. George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. I want a little more of a darker tone on that side so we can actually see the list. So that means I'm gonna have to move this over a little like that-ish. Hang on. Now I gotta fix it. Background opacity. So let me make it like that. And there we go. Now you can read it a little bit better. It's a little shaded, but at least now you can read it a little bit better. All right. Anyway, I guess we can move this back over a little bit so we can still see this person. Okay, that seems all right. That seems legitimate. And I like it. Okay. All right, let's see. The next one in the list is going to be Jazmine. Jazmine. What are my spiritual gifts? Let's make that happen. And apparently, we press the button twice. We have to delete that and press S, and we're good. Okay. All right, we're going to do a little bit of the grape juice edition. A little bit of the grape juice edition. We'll see what that's going on with that. We got a little bit of that. Nakona, looks like you are next. Well, no, we get to do the double Jazmine, and then we're going to do the Nakona with that. What are my spiritual gifts? I don't know. We'll see what kind of spiritual gifts we got going on. Grape juice, Three of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords. You're able to bring people together. You're able to bring forces together that not necessarily would have gone together in the first place, right? Not necessarily would have gone together in the first place. You have the Two of Swords into the Three of Swords. I'm able to bring connections. I'm able to renew connections. And I think that's something that's going to be kind of exciting because a lot of people do like that. I think that's one of the gifts that you have is just the ability to sort of make things happen the way that you would like them to happen. The Two of Swords, we're disconnected. We're not really there. We're not really sort of going forward the way that we need to be. But that Three of Swords, I'm able to get it done and I'm able to bring people together. I'm able to bring forces together. And that could be not only people, but forces or things that normally wouldn't go together. You're able to blend those and you're able to kind of make things out of two separate things, make things out of two separate disconnections. The Emperor, as far as the spiritual gifts, you're able to sort of take control over situations or take control over things that normally would be more difficult to do. It's almost like you have a persuasive ability, the ability to open doors, ability to get things done, the ability to, sort of have the opportunities out there that you can get. The Emperor sort of dancing around like a little bit of the Two of Pentacles as well says you're able to make the leadership, you're able to make coercion fun, and you're able to do it in this great way that people get enthralled, people get pulled in, people get excited about. All right, so there we go. Brandon Fraser. Yeah, Brandon Fraser had a lot of injuries out of the Mummy. Lots and lots of injuries. All right, we got the Jazmine, I guess, phase, the end of the Jazmine phase one. I don't know. Anyway, all right, we got the Jazmine. Do I have a secret admirer other than me? You mean, do you have a secret admirer other than me? Maybe you do. Knight of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Six of Wands. I think you had a secret admirer before, and they just kind of, I don't think they gave up. I think they just kind of moved on with that, right? The Knight of Swords, this was a temporary thing. They were excited about it. They were sort of exhilarated about sort of where things were and what kind of opportunities we have and what kind of things could be and what have you. And the Ten of Cups, I do think that they tried to sort of build something and they wanted sort of having a family maybe, or have a relationship, or have a real substantive connection and relationship with you. This is something where somebody had encouraged them as well, and they just never really, said anything. I think they just kind of moved on at this point, and overall, just kind of moved on. Something that they're not really sort of lingering. This was sort of a past secret admirer happening with that. All right, we got Nakona. We just got the single Nakona going on over here. Nakona wants to know, will be accepted on an apartment offer this week? Intuitively, I say yes. Intuitively, I say yes. I think there are some good opportunities here for the apartment and getting accepted with that. Let's take a look at that as far as the apartments. We got a lot of good cards. Maybe a Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Four of Wands. We got the Chariot. We got the Seven of Swords. We're moving in that direction. The World. Ooh, that Seven of Cups. Yeah, it feels like that you will get accepted. The reason is the World, that travel, that openness you have in the world, a good ending to the majors, a good finale in the majors, and something that people love. People want to be experienced. People want to sort of embrace with that. I think that's going to be a very powerful message as it goes. So the World talks about moving in, leaping into that as well. Five of Swords does say you do have a little bit of an issue as you move in, but just kind of, be aware of that. Because overall, the Seven of Cups says you have two very good neighbors in the apartment that you will really, really like. Make sure that you, sort of say hi to everybody and sort of get involved in that. And I think that they will be a good asset to you in the long run with that. But it looks like a yes. We'll get a little bit of that going on. Everybody loves a new place. Nobody likes moving into the new place, but everybody does love a new place with that. Luna likes a new place. We got a triple shot with Luna. Let's go ahead and do all three of those together. When is my next serious relationship? Luna does love the white fly too. I mean, I'm just saying, Luna's not shy about the white fly, you know? I mean, that sounds weird, but but I mean, hey, you know, hey, there it is. There we go. All right, just want to squeeze that. Maruta, that's what, you know, that's what he said. All right, well, that's what she said. And okay, when is my next serious relationship? I wouldn't mind getting the decking wheel out and seeing where that. We got the 9 of swords. Oh, the 9 of swords and the 5 of swords. Sort of getting out there. The 5 of swords almost looks like a 7 of swords and the white fly, which makes it, you know, kind of a nice little addition there. That's not bad at all. All right, let's open up the decking wheel and see what we're looking at. 9 of swords for this particular objective. Does look like, ooh, June 1st through the 10th. That's interesting. When we mix in the 5 of swords with that, and then we get the January. I really think you're looking at a mix in between that. I think September 3rd. I really think September 3rd is sort of your date to make that just happen here. Page of Swords says you have a relationship that does look promising in July, right? A little bit pushed far out from the June into July. You have a relationship or a connection that does look promising. And it's something that you're excited about, something that you're kind of enthralled with and you want to chase and you want to kind of see where we go. See where we happen, but it feels like that there's sort of too much drama, too much uncertainty about it, and I think you should not really take it too seriously and not chase it as much as you would like to. Basically, September is going to be your magic time here. The 5 of Swords. It feels like this sort of does rush in and come in, and it feels like it's not really possible. It's not really something where, you know, where we would be excited about it, but yeah, you do end up pretty well established and pretty well put in there, and I think that's going to be good indeed. All right, so there we go. All right, we got the triple shot. Now you do notice I coded this so that you wouldn't have to wander around and try to figure out where I'm at in the list. Here's what I hate about having a queue. You always have to point to where you're at in the list. I don't like that. So I designed mine so when you're read, you go away. When I read you, it goes away. So you don't have to wonder, oh, am I here? Is he here? I'm not anywhere. I'm right here. So the minute I read you, you vanish from the list and you no longer have to wonder if I'm in a particular place. So I'm always at the top. So you're next at the top, right? So we got the Luna. We got the Luna. We're going to do the double Luna. We're going to get Alisha and then Lani after that. So there we go. There we go. So I want to see, I don't just design it to be okay. I want it to be the best. I want to deliver the best. Anyway, all right. How is a particular person feeling about me? Hopefully they do like you. Hopefully they do like you indeed. Hopefully they enjoy your company. And we'll see. We still got the white fly. Yeah, you do have flies on the back of this, you know. You try to swat them and nothing happens. It's magic. You try to swat them and nothing happens with it. The Chariot over there. The person feel about me. 6 of Wands with the Chariot. It feels like that they feel empowered. They feel like you bring a level of excitement. They feel like you bring a level of, just this level of anticipation, a level of energy that they don't have without you. That 6 of Wands with that Chariot mix is a great mix. And it is very, very nice, right? It is very, very nice. So I think that's pretty cool indeed. King of Swords too. They feel like that you're very direct. What you say, what you do, how things go. I think that's sort of where they're at on that. So, you know, I think that they like that, and there's something that they enjoy with that. The King of Swords says they appreciate your directness, and that is one of the things that they like about you with that. But yeah, the feeling of anticipation, nervousness, a little bit of something going on with that, right? Something going on with that. Anyway, Anna James, I'm sorry, but it's a paper. So Anna James, so I got to explain to Anna James why her name doesn't appear. So Anna, People get very upset when I put their real name on the list because people have nicknames, right? So I might be TarotOracle. But if you put my real name up here, I'd be kind of pissed off. I'd be like, dude, I'm TarotOracle. So that's the reason that I don't integrate the PayPal into the list. So yeah, you're missing. You're not missing. You're right here, right? I told you you're going to be solid as a rock. You're right after solid as a rock. So you're right after solid as a rock. But yeah, so people get pissed off when their real name shoots up here. So that's the way it is. Because I do have people that are a couple of people that are well known. Like if you heard their name, you would know who they were, right? If you heard their name or you saw their name, you'd know who they were. And so yeah, they'd be pretty pissed off. And I'd probably get sued. So I don't want to get sued by a bunch of rich people. Anyway, love reading. Next 7 days, how does it go? You got the Fool, you got the Page of Cups, and you got the Nine of Cups. This is something that does feel emotionally stable in the next 7 days. More stable than you would think, right? Because there's a level of stability that you've been reaching for, you've been looking for, you've been wanting. And that's something that you're just going to have to sort of wait. 7 days is going to be a little bit not solve the issue or not completely close out the thing, but 7 days does start you out. I think a real 32 days from now is really going to kind of be where the big emotional surge of emotional things come in with that. But overall, it feels like a lot of emotions do round out and they do feel like they're a little more stable, or at least they're becoming more stable, and they're not as sort of random. They're not as, not as involved with that. The Fool says after these 7 days, again, 28 to 32 days, you're going to have a more of an adventurous spirit. You're going to have a more of an adventurous kind of thing going on. And, that's the way it goes. That's kind of the part with that. Anyway, all right. We got, as you can see up top, we got Alisha, Lani, we got Karima phase 2. And then we're going with that. Should I reach out or should I wait? Oh my.
Time for a tarot throwdown.
Oh my God. It is the first throwdown of the night. Why ain't nobody doing no throwdowns? Y'all neglecting me. Ain't nobody got any throwdowns going over here. Man, I feel neglected. I feel neglected with no throwdowns. No throwdowns at all. Finally, we get one. Finally, we get something real. All right, reaching out or wait. On the left is reaching out, and on the right is waiting. Who's going to win? A throwdown is a brutal cage match between two options. All right, all right, reaching out is over here. 10 of Cups feels like reaching out does a lot of good. You need to be very direct. You need to be very direct when you reach out. You don't like call and be like, yo, what's up? What's going on? How you been? How's the weather over there? I saw that you got some hail yesterday. No. You need to be direct exactly where you want to go. Queen of Cups. Get that emotion out there. Get some deep conversation. Get some things going on. Get some things going on with that, because the 10 of Cups says the more direct, the better off. So you have a winner. We have a winner over here. Waiting. 8 of Pentacles feels like waiting doesn't do you any good, because there's not really anything that's going to happen. Not really anything that's going to happen here. And the King of Swords feels like that you just get more anxious, worse decisions the more you wait. Go ahead. Go ahead and just go ahead and reach out. What is a throwdown? A throwdown is a brutal cage match between two options in tarot. Two options in tarot. So, it's like WWE, WWF, the World Wrestling Federation. You know what I'm saying? You got two big wrestling competitions here, and you got to figure out which one wins. All right, the one that wins tonight is going to be Lani. And you notice Lani's name disappears from here and appears over here. Look, come. Hooray! Who else has this shit? Who else has this shit? I mean, come on, name somebody that has this. Name somebody that has that. Name somebody. You know who it is? Nobody. You know who else has that? Nobody. No, nobody. Nobody has that. No, zero people have that. All right. We'll see with that. Yes or no questions also. I don't know. You know, solid as a rock. That's a lot of detailed questions for throwing cards on a table. Anyway, the Gregory Scott Tarot is out there. All right, and we got the Gemini over here. Communication with the Gemini has been strong.
Music to make love to.
That's what I'm talking about. What's they thinking? What are they thinking? What's going on? What are they thinking right now about all of this? What can I expect when they get back in town? I don't know. We'll see what they're thinking. What are they looking at with that? Hermit, Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, and the Judgment. They feel like it's about time. They feel like that there has been a disconnect in this connection. There has been a lot of disconnection, and they feel like it's time to close that door. It's time to really get some things going, get some good things happening on here. That Knight of Swords says, we've been disconnected. We have been miscommunication for too long. And the Queen of Pentacles says, let it all flow. Let it all go. And I think that's one of the things that they want. They love it. Let it flow. Let it go. And I think that you're going to see some details coming out of this connection that you haven't seen before. They're going to reveal things that haven't been there, that haven't been available with that. See, we're lifting up. We're getting pulled up into this new environment, into this new level of excitement. And they really like it. They really appreciate that. They have been feeling alone before this, and they realize they're not the best communicator. We see this going on and on. They're not about, right? They're not the best communicator. They know the Hermit card going over there. A little bit of that Virgo action. They understand that. All right, part 2 is what can I expect when they get back in town? Let's see. If when they get back in town, what are we going to do? What kind of expectations do we have? And see what's going on. And that would be kind of nice with that, right? You got that Page of Cups and the Wheel. They do want to make a new normal. Like, let's make a new schedule. Let's make a new normalcy here because they need that. And this is somebody that would not mind having a regular schedule, having a regular kind of thing going here. We meet on these certain days. We do these certain things. They just want some stability here because their life is a little bit hectic sometimes. And that's something that you just kind of have to deal with in the long run with that. Page of Cups says when they get back, they are going to be a little bit emotionally distant. They are going to be emotionally distant a little bit. So, I think that just happens sometimes. A King of Wands as well. I think they're really going to be sort of strong in what they want. They're going to be very communicative. I want this, I want that, and I think that's going to be something very poignant with that. They do realize that they've been sort of leaving you hanging on a couple of decisions, on a couple of things that you've asked about, and they want to sort of knock that out and get that out of the way. Let's get a clean slate. Let's get a new level of normalcy, and I think we're going to be happy at the end of the day there. So that is sort of their thoughts, their feels, and all of that other stuff, sort of making it happen. We got Karima phase 2 over here. Let's make it happen. What do we want for Karima phase 2? I wouldn't mind a little modern love. That is modern love indeed. There we go. Karima phase 2. Let's get that modern love out there. Let's get it moved on. Let's get it happening here. All right. First one on phase 2 is S starting to feel stronger towards me than his current partner. All right. Do they have a little bit of that strength? Do they have a little bit of that movement? They have a little bit of that excitement, that anticipation. Ooh, the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles. You get a lot of Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups with this individual indeed. Ace of Wands says yes. We are moving in the direction that's going to bring us strength. We had the Hermit next to the Ten of Pentacles. I have a home. I have this environment. I have these things that I like, these things that are there, but it doesn't feel like that's given me the satisfaction that I need, right? I'm not getting this. I feel alone, even though I'm in an environment where I should feel good. I should feel everything being all right. Five of Pentacles. I'm sort of trapped in this environment. Look at that. I'm trapped in this. So yes, they feel stronger than you than their partner. I'm trapped in this environment. I feel alone, even though I'm supposed to be happy home, happy family. And the Ace of Wands, I'm going to take some action to fix this, to remediate this. What a good reading. What a great reading with that. How's he currently viewing me? Let's see where that is going to take us. where that is going to be, right? And then we got the end of Karima phase 2 and solid as a rock. And then finally, Anna James, after 7 years, and Anna James is like rolling in new, like, damn, what did I get myself involved in? I paid for my reading 102 years ago. Anna James was like, I paid for my reading back in the Civil War days, and I'm still waiting for it. I'm still waiting for it. All right. Anna James, it's the Tarot Oracle show. I'm sorry.
Time for the Tarot Oracle show.
Anna James. Welcome to the stream, though, Anna James. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah. All right. How's it currently viewing you? 7 of Pentacles, sort of being a supportive nature. They want to support you. We've seen this in the past. We've seen this kind of this thread going on there. And, you know, they do want to support you. They do want to sort of be there for you and sort of hold your hand, be that supportive nature, get that supportive feel going on there with that 7 of Pentacles. I need that environment. I need some things moving through here. 6 of Swords says we are in it for the long run, and they understand that as well. They understand that, hey, viewing you as in it for the long run, not something that's going to be temporary, not something that's going to be kind of there. And we need to build some stability with all of this, moving forward, getting this done. Because you see that in the other things, right? They want that 10 of Pentacles. They want that 10 of Cups. They want that real thing. And I think that's pretty exciting as it goes. High Priestess says there are some learning opportunities here. We need to embrace that. We're in a new environment. We're doing new things, and we need to embrace this learning. We need to embrace this together and, sort of learn and grow together. I think the High Priestess is a growing together kind of card, and that's something kind of nice with that, right? All right. We got the next question. I screwed it up. What will happen between S and I by Christmas? Will the connection keep getting stronger? What's going on by December? Now, as you can see, Solid as a Rock is next, and Solid as a Rock after that. We got Anna James on the PayPal side. All right, let's make it happen over here. What will happen between S and I by Christmas? Chariot says you're going to go on that trip that you've been waiting for. You asked about that. You keep getting this. You keep consistently getting this ready. You're going on the trip that you've been waiting for. You're going on it. You have a window. You have that window, that long distance, moving, getting things done over a long distance next to the Chariot. Sort of points to that trip being pending, a trip, the movement happening with that, especially with that Knight of Wands nearby. You have that fiery aspect that you've been waiting for there, and that fiery aspect says that's something that I would like to see. I would like to have it made. The Judgment says this is going to be something that does unite you and them together. So I think before Christmas, you are going to have the trip you were asking about. I think it's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. Going to look pretty good with that. All right, Karima phase 2 is done right now. Now we got Solid as a Rock is solid indeed. And then off to Anna James we go. We got Ann quad shot going on over there. After that, we got, let's see, we'll skip to Samantha. We'll do the Samantha quad, and then we'll do Karima phase 3. We should be the last Karima phase in here. Let's do a little bit of the Heaven and Earth Tarot over there. Man, I love me some Heaven and Earth Tarot. I love me some Heaven and Earth Tarot. Make it happen tonight. Make it happen tonight with that. Aqua Leo, what's going on? I appreciate you being around. Thank you very much for hanging out. What is happening? How's everybody's Saturday, How's everybody's Saturday going? It is a good Saturday. I got some coding done today. Here's what happened, right? I'm in there, and I'm like watching TV, and I'm thinking to myself, this Q thing is killing me. The Q thing, because everybody's asking where they are. They're trying to figure it out. I need to fix it. So I came up with a way to do it. And that was it. So I spent about 15 minutes coding it up, and there you go. All right, we'll see that. So I was like, ooh, this is so exciting. As I made a couple of videos too, and we're rocking it over there. All right, is the upcoming gossip, about me or someone else trying to start something against another work colleague? Oh man, Son of the Rock, that doesn't sound very good at all. It's about somebody else. It's about somebody else. Why do I say that? material happiness. Somebody has a lot of water flow. Somebody has a lot of information about them. Somebody has a lot of things moving, a lot of things going in different directions over here. And the moon says they're trying to sneak in the gossip. This is something that is very subversive, that is very, sort of that new moon in Taurus. There you go, the new moon kind of thing as well. I think you should stay away from it. Obviously, stay away from it, right? You have the sort of that valor over here. You want to be defensive against it. You don't want to get involved with it. So you're not like a 5 of wands. You have the 7 of wands over here, and that says be defensive against it rather than fighting with it or fighting it as a group. I don't think that does you any good. So it is about somebody else, and the somebody else doesn't mind it. It's like they knew it was coming. They don't care. They don't mind it, and that's going to be something that just happens, right? That's something that just happens with that. Knight of Pentacles says this does make you in a stronger position than you would otherwise have been, which sounds weird, but I think it's legitimate. It gives you in a position you otherwise would not have been, all right? So there you go. I think it's going to be pretty good for you. All right, with that. All right, we're going to do the quad shot Anne, and then we're going to do Samantha, and then we're going to do Karima phase 3. All right. So quad shot Anne is up next. Let's make this happen. Let's get a good deck for this. You know what we need? We know what we need? We need the Meraki Tarot, my friends. Been waiting for this thing all night. Been waiting for this all night long. All night long. All night. All night. All right, we'll see. What am I doing over here with my life? All night long. All night. All night. Okay, how is S&M? Hey. Anne. Hey. S&M? What's it going to be like? I don't know. After you get the whip out, after you get the belt out, after you, baby, I'm not saying ball gag or anything like that, but I'm just saying. All right, but I don't think that's your question, actually, but I'm not going to turn that down as a joke. All right, how's S&M going to be like? I don't know what that means, but we're just going to approach it as how will something be like? How will this thing be like? Well, this is a trap. This is a trap. I think it's going to be a little bit different than what you're expecting. This is going to be a trap. This is one of these individuals or something that's going on here that's going to trap us and get us caught in a web that we may not want to be in at the end of the day. You could be a little bit of a trap happening, a little bit of the things going on with that. So I would watch out. I would watch out with this. This does give you a rise. This does give you a lift from what otherwise would not have. In other words, they're journeying or something's happening, and I don't know. We're rising in. We're moving up to a different level with this particular thing. Queen of Pentacles does say overall it looks pretty. It looks obvious. It looks pretty all right. It looks pretty all right. Whatever S&Ms or whatever that is. I assume it's not S&M. I don't know. Anyway, anything I need to know right now other than S&M? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. By the way, we're skipping around. We're going to do the Anne quad shot. We're going to do the Samantha quad shot, and then we're going to do the Karima phase 3. Right? Yeah, entertainment purposes only. Never involve yourself in S&M based upon a fat man reading cards on the internet, especially when there's cancer. You don't want to do that. Anyway, anything I need to know right now. Right now, this very second. What do I need to know about that? Oh, you do have that sort of that death card is interesting indeed. The death card is interesting. Oh man, changes are something you do need to embrace. Changes are something that does need to be done with this. Absolutely. We don't need to, we don't need to sort of get that, right? We don't need to get that. We don't need to move that. We don't need to have that going. Page of Pentacles feels like that, as far as what you need to know, it's not something that you want to get involved in. It's not something that you want to get sort of pushed through with that. That Page of Pentacles just kind of says, yeah, this is something I want to take lightly, as far as getting involved with whatever we want to get involved with. Page of Pentacles, take it lightly, go in lightly and see where it's going to take you. You got 2 pages too. Be ready for anything. Whatever situation is coming for you. And next on your sort of a list, is this going to be something that sort of pulls you in different directions? Like maybe I like it, maybe I don't like it, and sort of I'm not sure as it goes. But big changes are afoot, right? Big changes are afoot. Be ready to ride the wave, because a lot of times that's what you have to do with that. Speaking of have to do, I forgot to do Anna James after all of that humor I put in there. Anna James was like, he's funny, but he's a really shitty tarot. Yeah, I'm just saying. He's funny, but he forgot my reading. He said I was after solid as a rock, and then he completely skipped me. And then, I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back. I'm on Google to give me a refund immediately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Anna James. I'm sorry. All right. Anyway, we got the Becca Boo on you. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. A little bit of a general action over there. Anna James wants to know, will Claudia and I be together? Is there any good advice, or there are any good things from this connection? Anything coming from this particular thing? 8 of Coins and the Strength card. You got to be patient with Claudia. I think that's the big thing here, right? You just have to be patient with Claudia. It feels like Claudia could be a little bit hesitant. Claudia could be a little bit on the side of sort of a hesitation, or maybe I'm not ready for something, or maybe I'm still sort of like caught up with another relationship, or caught up with a previous relationship. The Knight of Swords says they're just concerned about something right now. And a lot of people do that once they have a little bit of a maybe breakup with something, or there's some things they need to work through personally. There's some things happening, especially with the 8 of Coins next to the 9, right? I need to do some work to get through this. I need to do some work to remove some of the stressors, some of the things that are on my mind, some of the things that are sort of blocking me from having something substantial, having something that's going to be good with that. The Strength just basically says be patient with Claudia, and I think it'll work out pretty well for you. I mean, I think that you can do that. So there's your advice on how to do that. And, I think getting together, I think is quite possible. Indeed, we get the love balloons out there, get the love balloons going, and get that connection, because that does a lot of good cards with that. But it feels like Claudia needs to work through maybe some personal things that are sort of on that side. All right, we finally got Anna James after like spending 30 minutes joking about, Anna James, about, PayPal and explaining on that. And then I forgot you. I'm so, I want to say I didn't forget I did forget about you. Anna James, I'm sorry. Well, I'm never going to see Anna James again in my life. Anyway, Curly Cookie, what's going on? I thought I was never going to see you again in my life. It's been a hot minute. Where you been? Appreciate you coming back. Curly Cookie, I got to get you tomorrow. Curly Cookie, I got to get you tomorrow. We got 50 readings. Well, now we got 52 readings now. So, Curly Cookie, I got to get you tomorrow. I'm sorry. Anyway, you're on first thing tomorrow. All right. Love reading. Next semester, 7 of Swords. A little bit of a sneaking out, a little bit of a fun, a little bit of an adventurous love, right? A little bit of an adventurous love. And that's kind of maybe what you need. Something adventurous, something fun, something cool, something to be like, yeah, that's something I kind of need to go, need to happen with that. King of Wands does say there's a lot of energy going on in this love. It feels like it doesn't move anywhere, but there's a lot of energy, a lot of pent up, not really frustration, but a lot of energy, a lot of cool things, a lot of really sort of excitement here that you would otherwise wouldn't have known about. In my opinion, of course, with that. But anyway, we got that. Anyway, the King of Wands with the Moon. Man, the moon says the energy is going to be a lot emotional. I would embrace it. I would very much sort of ride with it and see where it's going to take you and get all of the exciting things moving. I think that's going to be beneficial to you overall with that. Becca Boo, you are tomorrow as well. I greatly appreciate you. All right, readings in regards to projects. Let's get one more there. So we got the Ann quad shot. We're going to do the Samantha quad shot, and then we're going to do the last Karima read over there. And then I guess we'll do the big Cleo quad shot at the very end. Maybe. But yeah, we'll see that. Yeah, Curly Cookie, I made a new add-in to where you can see all the readings, so you can see where you are in the list. It's always there. So you don't wonder. And when I'm done reading you, you vanish. So you don't have to be like, wait a minute, is he here? Wait a minute, is he here? You're fuck that. Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for trying to figure out where the list is at. Who's got time for that? Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, reading from the projects, make it happen. Queen of Swords. Oh, man. Be direct. Be direct. Don't mess around with these projects. Be direct. Go in. Get the things done. Get the things moving that you need to get moving. Be direct. Don't be worrying about what other people think. Don't be worrying about micromanaging it and all that other stuff. I really don't think that's going to be something that's good. I really don't think it's something as good as all. The projects need to be based upon emotion and passion, and that is what's going to bring people in. People know when there's no emotion, no passion with it. They know. They can sort of smell it, and that's not something anybody wants to be involved in, so you have to have that beep. You have to have that energy, that spark that really going to make it happen with that. Because the Five of Cups says just that angst, right? That angst, that emotion, even if it's a negative emotion, really brings out people and gets people on your side. Really does, man. People really appreciate that. Becca Boo, you can do anything you damn well please. Becca Boo, you have free reign on this stream is what I'm saying. All right, let's do this, Samantha. Let's do the Samantha quad shot. Back to Karima. Back to Karima. Phase 3. Phase 3 is going to happen with that. All right. Samantha wants to know, am I going to be adopting a child? We'll see if we can do that or not. Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can't. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Going to be able to adopt a child? Maybe. Becca Boo. It is Journey's birthday party today. Even though his birthday was a long time ago, it's his birthday party today. So she's multitasking the birthday with this. Anyways, that's where she's at. Will I ever adopt a child? You need to wait. Here's the problem. It needs to be well-timed. You don't want to get into a situation where it's an additional stressor, don't have the finances, need to be well-timed. I think yes, but you're going to be very upset. It is going to be more stressful. It's going to bring this level of frustration and stress into your life that you are not quite prepared for, and you don't want to have it poorly timed. So definitely think twice before we time this. You definitely want to have a lot of things going on with that. But that's yes, but you don't want to do it poor. That's something we gotta get made with that. Anyway, will I get married? Well, we'll see if we're going to get married, if we're going to have an opportunity to do that indeed. I can see the end of the list. I can see the end of the list now, so that's good. We see the end of the list finally. All right, the Death card, the Hierophant, the Fool. Yeah, this is something to where, this is going to be somebody that you're a friend with for a while before you develop that. Because it feels like that you do need that marriage of, I want a best friend. I want a best friend there. Somebody's going to be supportive. Somebody's going to be there. Somebody that I can see myself being with. Look at that love, that passion. That's great. But having the best friend there is going to be a very poignant thing for that, right? Don't get married on an adventure. You definitely don't want to get married with the Vegas Elvis impersonator in Vegas, what have you. So the Fool, let's not do it as an adventure. Let's do it something. It feels like that you do get married to a good friend of yours in the future, the Hierophant, right? We already have that connection. We already have that substantial movement, that substantial thing going on, right? Because the devil just feels like this is not something we want to do. It's not something that we want to do with the Elvis impersonator in Vegas. It's not really going to do you, not really going to do you good in the long run with that. We got the third Samantha Reed over here. Will anyone from the past reach out this summer? Yeah, I think so. I think that you have have a water sign reaching out from the past this summer, indeed. It's almost like that you need that water sign in the summer. You need a fresh burst of emotion. You need a fresh pool of emotion, somebody that's going to bring that fun to you, that sun, that chariot, right? That chariot, that new motion, that new movement is not happening. You have somebody coming in from the past with that water, with the chariot. You have that sun, that riding in, that moving in, that opportunity in the summer is going to happen. So indeed, you have summer, you have a water sign coming in from your past. It's going to be there indeed, right? The chariot not moving, somebody that I already know, somebody I already trust and all of that. I think that's going to be good indeed, right? That's going to be good indeed. But that 5, don't be sort of combative with this. This could be somebody that you were combative with in the past. I don't think you want to deal with that. So don't be combative with it. Be available to them and be okay with them and sort of have that level of forgiveness. And that's going to benefit you quite a bit with that. All right. Should I proceed with caution or should I be friends with A? Oh, let's see. Let's see if we're going to be best buddies or what's going to happen with all of that. I don't know, man. We're going to see a little bit of the what's his face tarot. Let's see, what's it called? It is called the Tarot Avatara. The Tarot Avatara. We'll see where this is going to take us. Should I be friends with A or proceed with caution? I don't know. You thinking like you're just going to be like, should I just trust them unilaterally? The King of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. Oh man, they want something from you. They do want something from you. I think they're trustworthy, but just be aware that they're coming in with an agenda. They want something. They're looking for something with that, right? So to proceed with caution, but not like oversensitive, not too much caution with that. Princess of Wands says you do have a level of fire here with this individual, a level of excitement, a level of fun with this individual. We're going to have, the ability to do that. King of Pentacles says they do bring in a lot of resources, whether it's knowledge or fun or skills. They have that level of resources that's going to bring in the freshness and the abilities that you kind of like as well. So a little bit of caution. Realize they have an agenda, but other than that, should be all right. Should be all right indeed. All right, so we got the quad shot with the Samantha. Let's do the Karima. We have 4. We'll do the Karima phase 3 over here, and we do the surprises. I do think there's a surprise. We see the surprise from that previous reading. We just did, right? We see the surprise from the previous reading, and I think that is legitimate. I think that is something that we can sort of embrace with this, right? All right, so let's look at this. We got Karima phase 3 over here. Is S planning a surprise? Is S planning any surprises on my birthday? We'll see with that. What's going on with the birthday wishes? Happy early birthday with all of that. Hierophant, King of Wands, and the Devil and the Death card. I don't think any big surprises. They got like a small surprise here and there or something, or they got something fun, but not like anything huge, not like a major thing like that. The trip that I think we're talking about, I do think that's much later involved with that. So just be aware of that's pushed out. It's going to be a bit later than what you had anticipated, that Death card, right? I have a little bit of a change coming up, and you feel like that this coming year, your connection with S, your opportunities with S are going to be pretty dramatically different than they were your previous year. So I think this is the year where things unfold, things become a little bit larger than life, things become a little bit exciting. And I think that you like that. You're ready to embrace that indeed with that. All right, we also got, is this planning to take out to restaurants, or is he too scared? No, I don't think he's too scared. I think he'd be all right with that. Just intuitively, I just felt like he'd be all right with that. I do think he still has that trip planned, long after, but, we'll kind of see where that's going with that. All right, we got the 2 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. I mean, the 9 of Cups says, let's go out and party. Let's go out and adventure. Let's go out and drinking. It's more like let's go out to a bar, or let's go out to sort of more of a social kind of thing, right? 6 of Wands says I don't mind it. And also it'd be kind of fun, maybe as a group. They have that 6 of Wands with the group kind of setting with that. Queen of Wands says, let's go someplace where it'd be kind of fun. But you see this repeated thing with the 9 of Cups as a bar. And you see that with the, Chiro Marchetti decks. with that Nine of Cups being a bar, you see the drinks being served. So I do think that they want to take you to a bar, and I think that's going to be something that they'll be kind of fun with it and what have you. Two of Swords does say that they were concerned a bit, but again, I think as the year progresses, as we move into this next stage, you're going to see a little bit of this adventurous spirit from them that you just haven't seen before. All right, does S have any kids? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we have any children running around over there. We'll see if we have any unattended children. Any unattended children with that. Let's see if they have any kids over there. We get to use the kid thing here? No, I don't think so. I think they, I don't know. I think they maybe want kids. Maybe they want kids. I don't see any kids. The Hermit, I'm sort of alone. You don't have any kids, right? Six of Cups, Empress, all the usual have kids, 10 of Cups. Cards that you get for this just don't exist. We're going to get a little bit of a thumbs down on that. Six of Pentacles says they want to. I want to give the seed. I want to have kids in the future. They want to have more children indeed. But Hermit just says no. We just have that no. All right, I think the last Karima Reed of the night over here, we got that. By the way, this is the key tarot. It's got the key on there. I can see the bottom of the list. We got AKFGRocks, a triple shot. Got tarot reader Gita. We got some big Cleo, Kristen FS on the list. So we're getting close. Getting close. Brian G, what's going on? Appreciate you hanging out tonight. How are you doing? All right. How will S's energy be towards me next time he sees me? The Chariot, the Empress. Wow, these are the cards you wanted on that. There's a lot of pent-up energy that needs to be expressed, right? There's a lot of pent-up energy that needs to be expressed here. The Five of Wands, I've been confused. I've been going back and forth. I have a lot of this energy that needs to be expressed. The Sun is that big expression, that big explosion of energy. So I think the next time they see you, they will be very sort of a shining brightly. They will be kind of thing going on as well, right? The Chariot too. I think the Chariot is an interesting one because they want that movement. They want that excitement. You have this release of energy that's going to happen, especially with the Empress at the back, right? Well, that sounds bad, but the Empress at the end. Kind of interesting. A big explosion of energy, be a big expression of energy that needs to be released. And I think the next time they see you, that will be on the list with that. All right, we got the AKFGRocks on the triple shot. Let's make that happen. AKFGRocks, first thing over there. Am I accurate as a reader? Should I do this or that? Man, it's been a hot minute since we put the Light Seers Tarot on the table, hasn't it? Hasn't it been a minute? Hasn't it been a minute? Oh, man. Let's see what's going on there. Am I accurate as a reader, and should I pursue it more heavily? Queen of Pentacles says, yeah, Six of Swords says take it slow. This is something where you don't want to try to master it in a day. You know, that's going to be something that's not really going to do you any good. The Devil says you do have a lot of pursuits that you want to do as a reader. You have a lot of things that you want to add, maybe add astrology, maybe add this, maybe add that. You definitely want to take it slow and not get overwhelmed. That Devil card said there's a lot of temptation, a lot of things out there that you kind of, you know, sort of want to see. But at the end of the day, the Six of Swords says take it slow, have it progress you, and let the knowledge, let the practice pull you in that progression. And I think that's going to be very good indeed. King of Pentacles, just basically it's a learning process. It's a practice process as well. So you do have a level of accuracy, but don't get too involved too quickly. Let things sort of flow and don't really take the low-hanging fruit of, you know, some quick thing that just ain't going to work with that, right? All right, find a soul family this year. Is that going to be possible? Let's see if we can get a soul family happening with that, a little bit of that. We got one more AKFGRocks, and then we'll move on to the rest of that. The Hierophant, the Two of Cups. You do find part of it, but not all of it. Part of it, but not all of it, right? So I have a Two of Cups. I find a peace. I find something that is nice. I find something that is going to be pretty good. The Hierophant feels like this is something that sort of builds. This is something that does have the pieces that I need, but all of the puzzle has not been finished. That Five of Pentacles, I still feel not as fulfilled. I still feel like there's some missing pieces within that. So I'm going to say kinda, You do have a part of it that sort of comes through, but we don't find every piece. It's almost like once we find some, we need to find more. Once we find a little more, we need to find even more. Like it just has this blossoming effect going on with that, right? Am I going to be financially stable this year, or is that not going to be possible at all? Big Cleo, we will do your triple shot at the very end. In the meantime, we're going to do tarot reader Gita. We got Kristen, we got FS, and we're going to round it out with the big Cleo, making it happen over here. All right, I think, am I going to be financially stable? 10 of Wands, no. Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, no. I mean, financially stable, you're going to be okay. I mean, you're not going to be struggling as much. The 10 of Wands feels like you are struggling right now. But then you have this Queen of Wands, like I'm work through the struggle. I work through things. I make things happen. I get some of the opportunities out there that I've been waiting for. So some of the open doors that you've been waiting for, some of the things that you've been kind of pausing and trying to get. The Queen of Cups, there's a level of stability that you do. Do all the doors open for you? Is everything great? Is everything kind of concluded? No. But I think the things that you need to do become apparent. And I think the things that you need to chase, because Queen of Wands is the entrepreneur. It is the master multitasking, and it's going to carry you in a direction and open the doors, a couple of the doors that you need to sort of pull yourself into the next phase, which is the contentment and the satisfaction that you need. So does it just land in your lap? No. You do have a level of instability, but the doors are going to be open for you. And if you take those advantages and run with them, it's going to be pretty good, right? All right, so what does the Spirit want me to know about love? Let's move into some water. All right, let's do some water over here. We're down to the last few. Down to the last few over here. All right, let's get, it's been a minute since we have used this one. This is the Curious Travels Tarot. Curious Travels. If you're curious indeed. Becca Boo, he's now 8. He's been 8 for a little bit. AKFGRocks, you are quite welcome. I'm glad that you enjoy that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and appreciate your donations and all that other good stuff. All right, what does Spirit want me to know about love? The 10, the 8, and the Lovers. What does Spirit want to know about love? The unusual path, the path less traveled, is going to give you the love that you need. It's going to give you the opportunities that you need. That 8, taking the path less traveled, giving up on the dreams that are unrealistic, giving up on the things that you know can't be achieved, letting go of those. You have 2 letting go. We need to let go of maybe unrealistic things. We need to let go of things that aren't working for us. We need to sort of be able to pursue things that are going to be productive, that are going to be good for us overall, instead of trying to accomplish everything. I do think you have a big, nice, beautiful love thing kind of here, but it just feels like we need to give up on things that ain't working in order to get that, right? Because a lot of times we do hang on a little too long to something, somewhere, some deal, and ultimately that's not going to do you any good at all with that. Anyway, at least that's what I think. And advice on the situation with Anwar. Let's see. What is Anwar doing and where can we go with this situation? See if that's going to be something all right. Hopefully that'll be something that's all right. Any advice on the situation? All right. Don't know what the situation is. We're going to find out. Any advice on it? Let Anwar crater this thing. You know, fuck it. Let Anwar crater this thing. It feels like they're going to do it anyway. Something that Anwar is waiting for, something that Anwar is doing over there. Let them just crater this thing. That's what I'm saying. Let them crater it. And you have that, you have that sort of extreme tower with the 10. If you don't let them crater it, They're going to be carrying it around. We're going to have this thing, and that doesn't really help anybody at the end of the day. So advice: let them collapse that whole thing. Let it all fall down. All right. FS wants to know if law is going to be the best career for you. Maybe with that. We do have Gita is after that, and then we got the big Cleos, and then we're out of here. Man, we went 2 hours tonight. I should have shut off the readings before 50 collected. But yeah, anyway, I feel bad like shutting off readings in the first 10 minutes of the stream. like if you're somebody new and you're like, you come in and you're like, oh, the queue is 110 people. You know, I don't know. I feel bad cutting off readings on like the first 10 minutes. So I let it collect a little much, but that's okay. It's all good. I don't got anything to do. The devil with the travelers. Oh man, the right career for me. I think so. I think it is. The king says that you like the challenge because there is a level of challenge there for you, and you don't mind embracing that. You don't mind picking up and running with that. The Travelers talks about the whole court thing, the whole law thing. It does bring a level of kind of excitement and challenge, and I need to do this and I need to do that. Well, you could have this very impossible task, but you're bringing in skills and uniqueness to a situation that is going to be sort of productive for you as well. The devil does say that you can get into whatever specialty you would like once you sort of get into it and sort of look around and see what kind of things that you can do. I think so. We're going to go with, law doesn't look half bad. It doesn't look half bad with all of that. We're going to go with a thumbs up with that. Get that justice card out. We should have the justice card on that reading. That would have been magical indeed. All right. Speaking of magical, we got Gita over here. The Gemini. What are the Geminis? A's. Next action towards me in June and July. We're kind of dry. We're kind of dry on the contact on that. We'll see. It stays dry for a little bit. You got that A, right? It stays dry for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you get a little bit of motion. Not a ton of motion, but a little bit. Like a little bit of a carrot on a stick as it goes through, right? So we're sort of moving here, but it feels like it's a little more manipulative, a little more on the manipulative side, right? So a little bit of a contact, but a little more on the manipulative side. Feels like a little bit almost on the late July as it happens, and that king says this is something we're waiting for, but don't get hooked onto it. Don't get roped in. If it looks like a carrot on a stick, don't keep chasing it without some reward or without some substantive, results coming from this, because I don't think you have a lot of time for that. But I do think you have contact, again, late July. However, there's some manipulation going on with that. All right, we'll see as this goes on. We got Big Cleo's first question over here. Will I get a minimum 4.0 for the 305 or the 30S or something like that module? The 10 and the ace. The ace and the queen say yes. I like this. I think it's going to be all right. I'm going to say yes. That ace says that we're bringing in the things that we need. We're bringing in the value. We're bringing in the stability that we need from this. And that new beginning, that new creation, that new excitement gives us what we need to pass this and push this through, right? You're talking about that queen. The queen has the abilities. You're talking about knowledge. You're talking about communication with that air, and that air next to this resurgence, reincarnation really does bring it about, and I think that's going to be something that you do with that. All right, well, to get a GPA 4.0 overall with the 307. We got the 305, the 307. We'll see which one that's going to be over there. The 307, that is going to be a whole lot of no. I just see that as a no. That looks a little bit too challenged for this, right? You got a little bit of that heartbreak happening within there. You do have a little bit of that restrictions. A bird in the cage is not really doing as good as we would hope. It just feels like that's not going to be possible. The Hanged Man, that enlightenment, what I should have done, the hindsight level does tell you what you should have done, but Overall, I think that's going to be a no at the end of the run with that. Will Z acknowledge me as a girlfriend by end of August? Let's see what kind of girlfriend, boyfriend we can get with Z. See if that's going to be something that we can do, something that we can adventure into. Oh, nice. That adventurous is going to be successful? Maybe. I'm going to go with a yes. I do think we have some good possibilities here. That's 7. I think they're involved with somebody else. I think it's going to be more of a September, October kind of thing. Right? More of a September, October. I got other things balancing, other things going on, but I have been looking. This is somebody, you are somebody that I want to get involved with, or somebody I want to get stabled down with. And I think that's going to be something that is possible. But again, September, October is going to be a little bit more realistic. I think you have a little of that 9 of swords. They're kind of concerned about this. They are kind of hooked on somebody else. And in the meantime, they just kind of get involved with that. And thank you for being involved with me. 50 donations. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all your donations tonight. We will see you tomorrow.